I just felt like I needed to tell you guys all a story. Okay? So let me tell you about this story. So once upon a time, there's the chef, right? He's a little bigger, a little bigger, a little more to live. And he, of course, is married. His wife doesn't really notice how much work he puts in to supply the stuff that she has. And she just like real conceited. Like she a selfish bitch. She always be thinking she the best thing she got in her life. Herself. Can you believe that? So, the chef's been doing this career for a long period of his life and all of his marriage because that's where they met. But that's another story. Anyways, he's working really hard. And he just can't seem to please her. And he's just always just like, ugh, this bitch. Let me just drink. So he just drank. He just drank and drank and drank. He just had Canada Dry in the cupboard. He got Smirnoff, all different flavors, up on his, like, little shelf. What else he got? He got, like, Patron, tucked away in his sock drawer. Some bourbon on his counter, but, like, behind the coffee machine so she can't see it. Because, she, I don't, who knows. But yeah, he just always drinking. But, he always kept himself clean with the water flush. He always had like 1.75 gallons of water in his house. I mean, who's to say if he drank it or not? But every time we came here, it was the same thing. Like, what if he just likes it that way? Maybe it's like, I don't know. Okay, maybe he drinks a little bit, then goes back and like fills it up, and then just makes it look like that. I don't know. But anyways, one day he gets this bright idea, like, ooh, maybe I just need to just lose a few pounds. I don't want to be at home. I want to be out. I don't want to work all the time. I mean, that's already what I'm doing, but oh yeah, I can't even exercise. What? Bright light. It just ding, ding, ding right in his head. He's like, delivery service. I could deliver freshly made product that I did to other people. And he was like, yes. So he bought like some bikes. Yeah, he was just biking, boop, 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 just pedaling, delivering. And so I'm like, okay, that's fine, that's cool. You just deliver. Well, I mean, not me. Like, I'm the narrator. Let me just compose. Okay, so, he's doing this delivery. He's been doing this a long time now. It's been like 4 or 5 years, And he loving it. But he always doing the same routine. Why? Because not everybody knows about him except the people who have been with him for years. So, of course, his delivery service only went thus far with other customers. What kind of customers? The regulars. Who are the regulars? I don't know. A Betty Joe, a John D. I don't know. I don't know what his little customer thing was, but it was small. And they always wanted the same thing. Every day. He delivered to them at work. He delivered to them so his wife didn't find out he didn't know how to cook, and he was always, grabbing the stuff from him and then put it in the oven. And then when she would go home, he would just pull out the oven and be like, hey, here's your food. I made it. It's fresh. Hey, whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm the greatest husband in the world. I don't know people's lives, okay? But anyways. So, he doing his paddling. And then one day, he looked to his left. He always looked to his left. It was like his normal thing. But he looked to his left this time, and something was different. A sign. There was a sign. He had a sign. said the whorehouse. Okay? So, he goes into this whorehouse. He wasn't hesitant. I mean, he did the same routine. He knew that nobody would come and find him or look for him because nobody ever did. Because they were just like, oh, maybe he's talking to the regulars because he knows them so well. He's known them for like 17 years and whatnot. So anyways, he's like, I'm walking in. So he's walking in, but like indoors, kind of like outdoor, kind of like a terrarium, There's like leaves everywhere. There's like plants and shit. And then he sees this little thing, like these three guys, and they're doing like a seance under the lights. And he's like, okay. And then so he sees this, blah, 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 blah. He sees party girls, who look like they just dress for their birthday every day. Or maybe it was like a special event. Like, I don't know why they were dressed like that or why their little hat thing said, birthday bitch, take a shot, I put out. I don't know, maybe it was a theme. Maybe they don't get regulars, so they can get away with that. Everybody think, oh, look, they have a little theme. Oh, just kidding. I'm a regular. I know. I see this every day. You're going to do the same thing at 5 o'clock today, tomorrow, next week, next year, 3 years from now. I don't know. Maybe if you go under new management or anything, maybe things will change. But, I just don't know. But anyways, he sees señoritas, he sees tall people, short people, all kinds of people. See safari bitches. You get the point. All kinds of different things. It was like a trip around the world, like a world market of whore house, okay? So, he sees this clock and he's like, what? And he just stares into the clock. And he just stares and he just thinks and he's just like, you know what? Honestly, I do the same thing all the time. I be biking, go to Betty Joe, John D, lunch, dinner, breakfast, damn, why can't he cook? Like, learn, I did, that's why you get the point. Okay, so he's like looking at this clock, he's like, wow, look at this second hand, it's just moving. That's just time passing. What am I doing with my life? And he's just staring. And he's not paying attention to anybody anymore. He's just in the whorehouse looking at this clock. Okay, he's looking. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this bolt of light just boop, right into the clock. What? And so, the clock is like turning blue and shit. And like, he's just staring into it. He ain't scared. I don't know why he ain't scared. Like, a clock that's glowing, lightning. I'm in a whorehouse seance, birthday bitch. Who knows? So, basically, the light is just, and then he just goes in. Now, I was supposed to let you know that it was like, kind of like, he was a forceful willingness to go into the clock. It was like, it was pulling him, but he was like, not saying, no, I don't want to go. This a blue light. I ain't ever supposed to go near the light. What? And I'm just like, okay, like this guy, like, would you really jump into a clock that... Okay. So basically, he just jumped in the clock and, he's just traveling. He just sees all kinds of drawers and like plants and rocks, and he sees Marilyn Monroe, she drinking. She's still pretty though. He still sees like leaves, some safari, the safari don't leave. He sees like turtle. They just all floating and everything. But I mean, he's just amazed, I guess. I don't know. I guess Alice did the same thing, but, I mean, that was a cartoon. I don't... Okay, but, so he goes in there, and then finally he's like, what is all this bamboo? Why am I covered by bamboo? And so he just goes in there, and he puts his hand in between some of the bamboo, and he spreads the thing, and it's just all bright light or whatnot. And he just looks, and he's just like, wow, that's where I want to be. Nobody knows what he's seeing, but he's just saying, yeah, that's what I need to do. And he opens it, and he walks forward, and then he falls into a moat, and then he gets eaten by an alligator. That's what you get for going in places you don't know. Okay? Be aware of your surroundings. Don't be stupid. Hello? Little chef. I'm gonna go eat some lasagna now. Hey, Domino's.